Hello everyone, I'm Rachel Tessman from StampYourArtOut.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Andover, Minnesota in the US, and I am here to bring you a special live paper crafting class. We have Craft Along Week this week. We are sharing 2 projects every day, Monday through Saturday, for a total of 12, and we're going to have all of it wrapped around Christmas. 2 bundles are our focus. We're using the Pretty Poinsettia bundle and the Festive Cheer bundle. These are new bundles that released in July, and we're having fun with it. So I have partnered with 5 other demonstrators. Today's day is Melissa Faust's. Yesterday we did Jennifer Hill's projects. Today is Melissa Faust. I hope that you enjoy what I have to share. I'm going to first bring you to my desktop view so that you can see the bundle that was sent to anybody who signed up for the basic or the full kit. So we'll do that really quick. Moving some things here so we can get this into view. All right, let's take a peek at what people received if they signed up for the basic or the full kit. So this got sent to everybody. PDF is an emailed item that gets emailed out to anybody who purchases the PDF and or who purchases the full or basic kit. The PDF is available still. It's going to be available pretty much whenever, and there is a link to it in the description of my video. So if you find that you want to have access to this 30+ page PDF of all the projects that we're making this week, you can certainly click on that link and make the purchase. Now, if you've already made the purchase for the full or the basic kit, make sure that you check your emails. I sent it out to you on the 14th, and you can use that PDF to help walk you along through these projects, because that's what I'm going to use. The basic kit included the cardstock, the consumable cardstock, and papers. We have specialty papers in here. We have designer papers in here, a half pack of each of the Festive Cheer and the 2026 through 28 Gingham Gallery paper. Plus we have some silver foil, gold foil, some two-tone cardstock in Misty Moonlight, Peaceful Pine, and then the Shimmering Stripes designer paper. And then in here were 24 sheets of cardstock in the colors that we're using. We also included, if you got the basic kit or the full kit, already pre-cut die cut pieces and embossed pieces. If you purchased that, then you didn't have to worry about owning all those dies. And then of course the cute little bag. So the cute little bag either from me came in blue or pink. I decided to get both colors. We all did things a little differently, like we each have different tags on our gifts. This is my tag, sending cheer. And then inside the bag, you got a pair of fun little socks, whether they were blue, green, pink, or red. And then these were, of course, full products. You would get 2 rolls of ribbon, the stitched real red ribbon, and then the striped gold. And then a couple packets of embellishments, the buttons, and the Moody dots. And then like some treats. This one we're using today. We're using the hot cocoa packet. So if you already made hot cocoa with it, you can just put something else in there for now. And then there was candy in here, but my family ate it all. So I don't have samples of the candy, but we had some little Christmas mints in there. The other bag color was this one here. Super cute, right? All right, I'm gonna move these items because those we're not opening up today. I'm gonna move those off to the side. I'm gonna bring in a couple more items. These were the bundles that people received if they purchased the full kit. The full kit came with the 2 bundles, the Pretty Poinsettia and then the Festive Cheer. Bundles are stamps and dies together. So if you're looking to get the supplies for this and you're catching it late, don't worry, you can still purchase them separately on your own. There is a link to the blog post in the description of my video that leads you to a list of everything you need in order to create the projects with us this week. Okay, and yay for replay, because you could be watching this a year later. All right, oh good, I'm so glad. Maria says she loves her socks. What color did you get, Maria? I'm debating between the pink and the blue as far as which one I'm keeping, because there is a kit that's going to go out to someone a little later. I had 1 kit left and I don't know. I can't decide which one. I think I might keep the pink. I don't know. It's a hard decision. You got pink. Margaret got pink. This was fun. Oh, so I have to show you the comments from yesterday before we open this up. So yesterday we had, here we go. So I highlighted a few comments just to show you what people were chatting about on the live chat. We had people talking about getting their package yesterday or on the weekend. So yeah, there was issues with mailing them out in time. And I have to tell you, I have the best mail carrier ever. Angie is amazing. She took care of us. It was quite crazy on Wednesday. These were supposed to go out on Monday of last week, the packets, and there was a delay in the actual bubble mailers. Like I didn't get them until Wednesday afternoon, and she swung by and picked them all up after they were done, and then she rushed them over to the post office so that they could go out that same evening. So yay for her. But yes, we had everybody receive their packet hopefully by now, because I checked all of the tracking, and you would have gotten it by yesterday at the latest, unless you live in Hawaii or Alaska. We have a couple people who signed up from Hawaii and Alaska, and I'm so sorry, yours are going to be late. We're going to take care of that next time though. And then people were saying what kinds of socks they got, the blue bags, the pink bags. We had people who were watching yesterday from Australia and Germany. Yay. Thank you for tuning in. And then people were talking about dimensionals. This was funny. This kind of stuff cracks me up. I love reading what you guys write in the chat. Talking about seeing dimensionals at church, in the driveway, in the bathroom. White, okay, and this here, Linda, thank you so much for sharing the colors of the Moody dots. White, cloud cover, old olive, and secret sea are those 4 colors in that embellishment. Thank you so much. And then let's see, we had a couple questions. What is the best way to clean off? And some of you were chiming in and helping out Susan with that. I want to just say that I use like a rubbing alcohol wipe to get rid of goo on my scissors, and it works. But yeah, Goo Gone, and there was another one, Undo. And then here was one other one. Let's see here. Want to order the stamp bundle, would have to use my rewards. Linda, if you're watching today, just email me separately. I have an email in the description of the video too. Just reach out to me and I can help walk you through how to use rewards. There's like an area as you are in the cart, and it's on the computer, it's on the lower right. But yes, reach out to me if you have any questions like that. Love it. We're still telling us what socks we have or what bags we have. This is fun. Are you guys ready? Let's go. Okay, so here's the PDF. Yesterday, we made Jennifer's projects. We did this beautiful card right here. Love, love, love. So pretty. And then we did her box that holds cards. And I rushed through it because our video went a little long. I forgot to take our Peaceful Pine shimmer brush. Did you guys notice this? The Peaceful Pine shimmer brush is supposed to color the top of these Peaceful Pine die cut flower centerpieces here to give them just a little bit of shimmer. So I'm doing that now, and we'll let that dry. We'll check it out. I also forgot my ribbon. So yeah, so if we rushed off yesterday without doing a couple steps in this, know that I'm so sorry about that. We're gonna try to stick with the hour again today. I'll stick this somewhere on my box. I don't know where yet, probably there, but check out this. Isn't that cool? It's gonna hold cards and envelopes. What a great, great treat. A little gift, right? Okay, we're gonna move through here, and we're going on to Melissa Faust. So let's go ahead and do her projects today. All right, and everything's in order in the PDF, okay? I do wanna mention with cleaning up your silicone sheet, if you guys did use silicone sheets instead of like adhesive sheets or whatever it is that you like to use, I take packaging tape, although you can just rub with your finger too, but you can just take and lift up all that sticky glue and clean off your silicone sheet that way. That's my favorite way to do it. You can even clean off that silicone brush. It will come out and stick onto your packaging tape, and then yeah, so we're gonna be good to go in just a second. I also wanna show you what I use to clean off my, what is it called? An impressions plate. So I kept that out too, so you can see that. See, now we're all set. I think I have just a little bit of goo right there. There we go. That's ready to go for today. And then my impressions plate, I just take one of these things and I just clean it off like that. This is how I clean off my dies. I'm gonna peel this away here. I'll get a fresh sheet. That one obviously has glitter on it because crafters, well, most of us, paper crafters, we love our glitz and shine and glitter. See how clean that is now? Yesterday it was not clean, and I'm so sorry about that. It's not really going to affect your paper too much unless you have big chunks of dust, but it does collect dust. So just one of these little things will help. Set that up here on my table. We'll move this. We'll pull these in because we're going to need them. All right, let's craft. Okay, we're going to take out our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and we are working on the first project. So I've already cut some of the pieces that we need. I have with me a 3 3/4 inch, nope, is it 3? Yes, 3 3/4 inches in this direction by 4 inches in this direction of the designer paper from a stitch season. And it doesn't matter really which direction we have it. It's just a fun quilt pattern. We're gonna cut a little angle off of here. You can cut a deep angle, a small angle, whatever you wanna do. I think I'm just gonna take that corner and line it up with the channel of my trimmer. And then, I don't know, should we go down to here? We'll just do that. I'm going down about 1 1/8 inches. So just that you have a fun little angle going there, and then that you can recycle or put on something else. Now that's gonna get layered onto the bigger of the two whites. So there's 2 white cardstock layers, and they are very close in size to each other. They're about 1/8 of an inch difference. So this one is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and this one is 3 3/4 by 5. This one's actually going on the inside of your card, and this one is meant to be a layer for that piece right here, okay? So make sure that when you're trimming that angle piece, that you've got your 4 inches going up and down, and your 3 3/4 going this way. Otherwise, you might, well, then you can, if you made a mistake, you can just always trim off a little bit on this side, okay? All right, so we have those ready. Then let's get our base ready. We're gonna cut 5 1/2 inches by 8 1/2. So this is our 8 1/2 by 11 cardstock. We're gonna keep the 8 1/2 inches in this direction here, and then we're gonna cut halfway at 5 1/2 inches. We'll take this piece, either half, and we're gonna score. So now we're gonna make a score line halfway in this direction, which is 4 1/4. And now we have our card base. We need a strip, and that strip is gonna be 1/2 of an inch wide. Now, you can take and kind of figure out if like a section that way will work, or if you have to have like a section that way. I think this will work just fine if we use the 5 1/2 inch end. So I'm gonna take and cut right here, and I have my 1/2 inch strip. So yeah, the angle of your paper will determine the length of cardstock you need for that 1/2 inch strip. And then we need some pieces from that baggie here. So I'm gonna show you. First of all, we need a circle die cut, and this comes from, and I should have pulled it out and I don't have it. Let me grab it. We're using this one here, Spotlight on Nature dies, and it is this one right here. So it's the second to the smallest of the one that has like little sun rays coming off of it, okay? So it's that one. And we die cut that with some cherry cobbler cardstock. And then, and that's ready for people who did the basic or full kit, okay? And then we also need, I believe it's this piece. Nope, sorry, that's for the next card. It's the Secret Sea arch, the little arch here. Let me grab that set of dies. Oh my gosh, I thought I had everything ready. Thank goodness my craft room is right here. Everyday arches, and we're using the smallest of the everyday arches with Secret Sea cardstock. It's that one right there. Okay, we're gonna do some embossing. I'm gonna move these over here. We'll stick this over here for now because we don't need it yet. We're gonna emboss onto this piece, heat emboss. There's 2 different kinds of embossing. There's heat embossing, and then there's the embossing with pressure and, you know, putting some dimension into paper. So let's take and leave this against the white background. I've got my heat tool ready, and I've got my embossing additions kit. We're gonna be using basics color, and we're gonna use the white. So in the basics collection, that's my clear, here's my white. They kind of look the same, okay? Australia's checking in. Hi, Mary. Oh, good, Linda. She loved it. So she got one of the kits. She goes, it's great to have those pieces cut out in the kits. Glad that helped. Yes. We did that last time too. So this is my second craft along. I have to tell you, I'm loving this. I did this in the spring with the same ladies, and it was the Hello Spring craft along. And it has just, like, people are loving this so much that we got even more people to sign up this time. Well, I did. I don't know how many people they have signed up, but I was like overwhelmed with joy to see that people are loving this, this event. So we're going to take a clear block and we're going to mount our stamp from, it's right here, the Holly Jolly Greetings from our Festive Cheer stamp set. Holly Jolly Greetings. We'll pull that out. And I think that's the only stamping that we do on this whole thing. But we're going to do some die cutting. So let's go ahead and mount that onto a clear block. I have mine on clear block C. It's on B. C. And I'm inking it up onto Versamark ink. A sticky clear ink is what you want. And then we're going to take and sprinkle powder onto it. So I'm going to move my stuff out of the way in here. I'm just going to do a slight wipe across the top of my Secret C cardstock. That helps to remove like fingerprint issues and things like that. It's going to be positioned in this direction. We're going to stamp off to the right because that way we have some area of that cardstock to do some tucking, because we're going to tuck this end under the flower. Now we've got that on there. You can see it's sticky clear ink. We need to now transfer some white embossing powder and just do that right over your tray, or at least over some cardstock or something so that you're not getting your table full of embossing powder. We'll do that a little bit more just to make sure it's in there. And then we're going to heat set that with a heat tool. This is the heat tool. I'm going to move everything out of the way so that we don't heat the powder in the container or whatever. We're just going to set this aside. Okay, here we go. And if it helps, you can take and hold it with the tweezers. This is also something that comes in that embossing Editions toolkit. Okay, I think I just touched my S. Oopsie. As we heat, you can see the powder turn to a bright white, and it's like a raised, slightly raised surface, but it's a nice bright white. It's just stunning. You don't want to overheat. I probably could have done a better job on that piece, but we're gonna go with it. I think I overheated on the L's, you guys. We're gonna keep going. Your cards are gonna look better than mine now. Okay, this flower is, or this circle is going to be the base for our flower. We're gonna put that like that. And this is gonna come over here. Now we need to make our flower. So we have some scrap white that I have set aside. I've actually, oh, I forgot about this step. To save us on time, I actually die cut the 4 flowers from some white cardstock. We're now gonna do the impressions plate, and we'll do it the way that you guys had instructed me yesterday, because I was using 2 cutting mats, and we're gonna use instead die plate number 2, and then the specialty plate, okay? So let's try it that way. All right. Oh, good, you had a notification pop up, Monique? Yay! And Monique is from Australia, and she is on the live with us today. I'm so happy. Yay, thanks for joining. Okay, we're gonna bring this in. We need this plate, and then we need our specialty plate, which we have over here. These 2, so, oopsie, it's number 4. So we have 1, 2, and 4, and we're gonna put the embossing, or I'm sorry, not embossing, impressions plate in between them with our paper and our dies. So first we die cut all of these. They've all been die cut on my scratchy plate. We're gonna take and keep them connected with the dies. I might have to, hang on, trying to do this real carefully so that they don't separate from the paper. Let's do 2 pass-throughs, you guys. I'm gonna put this on top. Okay, so with the clear plate trick, with the 2 clear plates instead of 2 and 4, you can actually see can't see, but it's the same feeling on the sandwich. It's nice and tight there, okay? Hi to all the other Aussies. I love it. Are you also from there, Cammy Toes? I love your name. That's fun. Okay, so now let's take a peek at what we got. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. Hang on. Let's grab the take your pick tool and poke it out of here. So we're doing some white poinsettias on this. Christmas in July. Is anybody listening to Christmas music in the background while we do this? I should have some on. How fun would that be? So there are 3 of them so far. Let's run this one through. So I guess I like the clear plate sandwich better just because I can see my dies. So I'm going to show you what that sandwich is. But yes, this works totally. And that's what Stampin' Up, I guess, recommends. Rachel went rogue. Okay, let's do the other plate setup, which is clear plate on top of the base plate, impressions plate on top of the clear plate, paper and die, and then another clear plate on top. And it will give you that same squeeze. Okay. See, now I can see that die and I can see that it's staying in place. I kind of like that better. All right, we're gonna pull this out of here. And there is our 4th one. But yeah, now you know you can have options. We have options. We're gonna move our machine off to the side. We're gonna build our flower and put together our card. We're doing great on time, you guys. We're doing great on time. Yesterday went over a little bit and I'm so sorry about that. Okay, let's move. These dies are wonderful. These are the ones that did our projects yesterday. We had 2 projects that had these on there. No, 1 project that had them on it, but do you see that on there? That's an impressions plate die showing dimension. Okay, let's bring these items in. We're gonna place this directly onto our cherry cobbler. And that's gonna go on the front. Remember our check, you're gonna take and feel, and if you can feel 2 layers on one side, that's the back. Okay, this is the front. We'll place that on there with a slight border all the way around. Then we'll put our designer paper layer on top. And you can use glue, you can use seal adhesive. All right, and then we have, let's see, I'm gonna read the directions now. Adhere the cherry cobbler oh, forgot to do that. Hang on. Yep, Rachel forgot a step. I went too far ahead. It looks like we're supposed to adhere the 1/2-inch cherry cobbler strip to this designer paper before we stick it on. See? Rachel needs to read. I'm gonna grab my silicone mat and stick this on here to protect my surface. Okay, let's do this again. Put that over there because that's sticky. We're gonna add this to this piece. So I'm gonna put a little adhesive back here, right along the edge. And then, oh wait, it's gonna go on this side, isn't it? Rachel put it on this side. So I messed up. We're gonna put it on this side. There, I guess we're seeing more designer paper than Melissa's card. Okay, so you can put your designer paper on there. Then you're gonna take and trim. Whether this was on the front or on the back, you're gonna trim to get that all tidy. There, okay? Now we're gonna add that to our white, and this was our adhesive side over here. We'll stick that back down again. Okay, we're doing well now. We're back on track. Where's the front of this card? Right here. I'm gonna put, nope, it looks good. I'll just put one in the middle. Stick that back down. See, now we have that slight white border all the way around, just like she has on hers. Okay, we did the poinsettia. So let's put it together. I think that's step number 3. Die cut and adhere the pieces together, then adhere the die cut to the cherry cobbler circle. Okay, we can do that. So let's go ahead and just add them as we go. So I'm gonna put glue dots like we did yesterday. I'll use glue dots. You know what? Let's just use glue because we're gonna use glue anyways. Do you love this? I'm so in love with that guy. It's our little Country Hive glue holder. It's one of their new glue holders from the Country Hive. We're gonna stick that in the middle. If we put the center of this in the middle, then we know that our flower is gonna stay centered because this is the center of it, right? So don't look at the petals of the flower as you're building it onto this piece here. And if you want to, like we did yesterday, you can take and kind of use your hand to curl those petals so that they get a more realistic look. Okay, let's do this one next. And where am I gonna put it? Where am I sticking that one? You can really do them however you want. I'm gonna do it right there. Okay, so we'll put some glue in the middle, stick this down. I suppose glue dots would be less messy because the glue is squeezing out of that center. So maybe I'll do glue dot next. Oh, all right, let's go this way. Yes, there's a tax holiday for some states. That's true. Thank you for bringing that up, Maria. Tax holiday for adhesives and blends even? Okay, awesome. See, my state, Minnesota, we don't do that. So I always forget to look at it. You have a storm going on, Jackie? Storm here. Lights are flickering. Oh no. That must be a strong storm. Stay safe. We're gonna grab a glue dot on this one. Grabbing a glue dot, and before we stick it down, I'm just gonna go ahead and curl these. Okay. All right, you ready? That's gonna go down like that. Now, do you see what's happening here? We're still seeing a little seepage of the glue dots or the glue. Totally fine. It's totally fine, you guys, because we're gonna put a center in the flower that's going to cover that up. Because this one is so tiny, I'm just gonna put a little tiny dot of glue right there and stick that one down. I think I'll stick it like this. Keeping my fingernail there. If you don't have a pointy fingernail, you can take your pick tool and just hold it in place. Okay, we're gonna add this to, let's see here, then adhere the die cut cherry circle, adhere it to the card front. It doesn't say if she used dimensionals or not, but I kind of want to. I'm going to use dimensionals on the back side. All right, so we're gonna stick this down, and I'm putting the dimensionals on the outer parts instead of the middle because this is where we have a ton of bulk. And on the outer parts, we don't have as much bulk, so it should help with mailing it. And we'll see, how does this position? I kind of like it like that. Oh, let's do this too. Let's figure out how that's gonna fit in there. We might have to angle it this way. There we go. That works. Stick it down like that. And then we're gonna add this, and I'm gonna put that up on dimensionals too, just cause it doesn't say. Adhere to the card. We have choices on Melissa's cards. I love that. Stick a couple dimensionals back there. I get very specific when I give directions, but you can always, deter from my directions. I'm gonna move this. You can go in a different direction if you want to, because our creative minds sometimes want to anyways, but Melissa gave us permission to really choose our own adhesive. I'll stick that on like that. I'm probably gonna have to redo that because that does not look good. I was going too fast. Okay, and then the last thing is to put on the moody dots in the colors, and now I forgot, Secret Sea, Old Olive, Cloud Cover, and White. Thanks again, Linda. Love it. All right, we're gonna go ahead and take our sticky end of the Take Your Pick tool, and she has, for her center, these dark blue Secret Sea dots. Oh my gosh, they're just grabbing on tight. 1, 2, 3. Super sweet. Let's put the inside on the inside of the card. Thank you so much, Melissa Faust. This is cute. So cute. I could see myself replicating this one for lots of Christmas cards. I mean, this is a little putsy, but once you get going, it works pretty well, right? Your project, you choose. Thank you. Thanks for permission, Cindy. And I do love dimensionals. That's right, Maria. Dimensionals, I don't know. I like shadow. I like depth. It's cute, isn't it? Very pretty. Okay, we're moving on to the next card. The next card, oh, you know what? Let's just glue this now before I forget, because our glue dots are out. So I'm going to take and put this bow onto this card, and I've already decided kind of where it's going to go. It's going under there, because that's where I kind of stuck it earlier. Okay, now we're on to the fourth project, second for today. We're going to do a fun little pouch. So let me move through here. There we go. That's what we're making next. Okay, and do you see this? She said she didn't have any cocoa at the time that she designed this, so I want to say that this was like apple cider, but there's like all kinds of packets that would fit in that place. You could put seeds in there if you want to do a spring card with a pocket. Let's take our pieces. We're going to grab Peaceful Pine from our packet of cardstock now, if you were one that got the kit. And we're going to fold up. Oops, hang on. Things are falling. Oh, got it. All right, we first have to cut our Peaceful Pine cardstock. Sorry. We're going to cut it in this direction now. So we have our 8.5 by 11, and we're going to cut it at 4 1/4 inches because we're cutting in half in this direction. And then we're going to score it at 5 1/2 and 9 3/4. So extend the arm on your trimmer. You're going to go to 9 3/4. And we're going to score here. This is going to be the part that flaps forward on our pocket. Okay, so that's going to go this way. This is going to go this way. And that's the look we're going for. All right, for our Stitch Season designer paper, I have a piece that's 4 by 4 ready to go. That's going to sit in this area of our project. Okay, and then we also have basic weight cardstock for the label die cut. And for that die cut, if you're not getting the base, if you didn't get the basic or full kit, we're using, again, beautifully celebrated dies, but really any shape, like you could punch out a shape, you could die cut from another set of dies. But that is, hang on, let me find it. Oh, it's over here. No, it's right here. All right, here we go. From this, we're going to be using this one. It's the one right there. Okay, it's from the same set of dies as yesterday when we did Jennifer's box. So we're using this piece and we're going to stamp on this. We also need a scrap of white. Okay, that is going to be for an extra ornament. So you can see we have all of our pieces picked out. We don't have a lot of pieces for this, but we are going to do some embellishing on this piece here. So there's a little bit more stamping involved. We're going to grab our Festive Cheer stamp set, and we're going to pull out our Deck the Halls. And then we're also going to use an ornament. Whoops, throwing things. We're going to use an ornament. Oh, I'm just going to pull this completely off here. That is kind of going crazy on me. We need the stick or the string. We need the bow. We need this ornament. We need the outline for that ornament. We're doing some stamping, you guys. We need this one and the outline for that one. And we need one of our tops for our ornament. And I think that covers it. We're using a lot of Festive Cheer stamps. Okay, so for this piece, and we'll just put that up onto the Stampin' Pierce mat so you can see the outline of it as we go. We're going to grab our Deck the Halls, and we're going to grab our ornament. We'll do the outline ornament, okay? So this is gonna fit here, this is gonna fit over here. Just make sure that you have those two stamps in hand when you are doing this. Now her ornament is slightly off the edge, which is totally fine. You could do it even further off the edge if you want to. I might do that. So let's grab some scrap paper. I found some in the garbage. Okay, I'm gonna just set this under here. Okay, all right, Secret C. Let's grab our colors. We're using Real Red, Peaceful Pine, and Secret C for our ink. And for our first colors that we need, we're gonna use Secret C. Rachel already got ink on her. Hang on, I'm grabbing a tissue. It's water soluble, it's non-toxic, we're good, we can lick it. It's just stained now, but we're not gonna touch anything and get it inky. Deck the Halls, I definitely want that to be red, so I am going, ooh, I over inked. Do you see that? Look at that. Be careful not to pounce too much into the ink pad. We're gonna set that right here, press it. There's our Deck the Halls. Then we need our outline. And I think she did some stamping off on hers. I think I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna stamp off. So I'm gonna go onto this scrap paper here and stamp first, and then I'm gonna do the outline because it looks a lot lighter. This little guy in the middle here looks like a light blue. So I'm gonna stamp off because I like that look. And then we're gonna come in and we're gonna stamp right about here. Okay, there's my ornament. Kind of went off to the side, but I'm making room for another ornament that's gonna come between. And I wanted to see that one. Next, we need the filler. The filler is in Peaceful Pine. And again, I'm gonna stamp off. Here's our new magnetic pads. So I'm gonna ink that up. And it's a pretty dark green unless we stamp off. So let's stamp off. In fact, let's practice by stamping into the scrap here. Oh, that looks good, Rachel. Okay, here we go. You guys ever do that when you create? Do you compliment yourselves as you create? Because it's nice to do that. We have to do that more often. Talk positively to yourself. Oh, that looks beautiful, Rachel. All right, next, let's do the ornament, little topper part. My tiniest block, you guys, this is B. We used to have one that was A. I got rid of my blocks that were smaller because they weren't current. But this one definitely needs a smaller block. We're gonna put that right at the top of that ornament. Cute. We wouldn't have been able to do that with wood stamps. And then keep that okay, it's kind of curving on me. I'll grab it this way. There, now we have a string. And we're gonna ink that. And we're gonna stamp that. I think she stamped all of these off, but I don't care on this part. We're just gonna go with it. And for this one, you know what? I'm gonna take and put this under here to kind of give me, because I'm not using the actual grid paper here, but I would recommend that. Line up your shape with the grid lines so that you can use these lines here to kind of guide you, right? So, there. Now it looks straight, right? Okay, next. Next. We're going to put another ornament on there, but we first have to take and stamp it and die cut it because this one's gonna pop up off the page. You constantly talk to yourself? Yay! I'm not the only one. I love it, Cindy. So let's see if we have more blocks. I swear I brought out a ton of blocks, but I'm running out. I'm gonna have to get more. So we'll do our outline and we'll do that in Secret C, which I stamped off on that one. So I'm gonna stamp it off on this one because I want it to be fairly light. And then we'll stamp that onto our scrap, which we're gonna die cut. This one, we're also gonna stamp a bow. So let's grab, let's see, we don't need that stamp anymore. I'll just use the other side. Okay, there's our bow. And we're gonna do full color with that. And there is that piece. And then we need the inside. And now I need a block. Oops. Oops. All right, we're using real red for this one because we're using real red ribbons. So let's use the real red ink. It's nice to have, if you're gonna have an accent on a card or project, it's good to have that color somewhere else, right? And if you want it to really pop, make sure that you're using it less, because if you use it a lot, it's gonna become the background, like Peaceful Pine, okay? So that is good thinking on her part, that this one is the background ornament because it's in the background and it's a color that's saturating this card, right? But then she has a pop of red and a pop of red with the ribbon, and I think that's super smart, very creative. Okay, we're gonna stamp off. We're gonna go on top of this piece here. And now we have two things to die cut. So let's move these things out of the way, close up our inks. My gosh, this card is quick and easy too. I love it. I love it. Another one you could mass produce, you guys. Okay, let's move these stamps out of the way. Bring in our machine. And we're gonna take a peek at our Festive Cheer dies. Where are they? Here they are. I don't know why I passed them up the first time I looked up. Okay, so we're gonna use this one, and we're gonna use the bow. And let's set up our sandwich. Here it is. We need our base. So how many of you are crafting along with me while we're doing this? Who's crafting along with me? We need number 2. We need scratchy plate number 3. And we need another cutting plate. Let's grab our paper. And I think I'll use a sticky note here to help hold it in place. Oh, well, catch the replay. It's, yeah, go run your errands if you need to. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put this here. And I think I'm gonna cut this in half. We'll put one here. And we'll stick the other one over here. I saw everyone talking about their weather. Yes, Minnesota is still having a heat wave too. It's pretty hot here. We are going to grill tonight, so that'll be fun. My husband will be outside in that heat. Once you're out there though, you know, you kind of acclimate to it, and then you walk in the house and you're like, it's freezing in here. I don't know, I think a lot of us overdo air conditioning. I grew up without air conditioning and I survived. I think we kind of are spoiled nowadays, I guess I'd say. I don't even think vehicles had air conditioning back in the day. I don't know. There's our ornament, and there's our cute little bow. I could have done a better job at die cutting that. That's okay, we're gonna keep going. Move these to the back. And let's pull in the rest of our stuff here. We do need one more stamp on here. We have a string that we're going to cut out that's gonna go up there. But first, let's kind of eyeball where this is gonna sit. Let's bring this back in and lay this down here. We could either have it low or we could have it high, whatever we wanna do here. I think hers is actually, you know what, I'm gonna have it low because there's the bow on it too, right? Right about there. Let's do it there. She has it in the perfect place. We're just copying her. Okay, now it's time to go ahead and stamp our string. So let's take our Secret C ink one more time, ink up our string, and we know where it's gonna go. So we're just gonna move this stuff away. It's about 3/4 of an inch away, on mine at least. okay? All right. I'm still in bed and didn't sleep well last night. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not fun, Vicky. What did I ask? I asked something, now I can't remember what I asked. Oh, who's paper crafting with me? It's pretty late here, midnight. Okay. Yeah, you don't want to be crafting if it's late. All right, now we're going to put this on with dimensionals. But I'm glad that you're enjoying my video that late at night. Thanks for watching. I'm going to stick this one here. Let's kind of see where that bow goes again. That looks good. And then we'll do the bow. And with the bow, I think I'm going to use mini dimensionals because there are two little, like here's a spot that fits a mini dimensional really well. And then the other, let's cut it. Let's cut it and make it fit. Let's cut it here. And peel that up and stick that on here like that. There, that fits. Crafting, but you're not working on the projects is totally fine. You don't have AC? Yay! My parents don't have AC either. You know what? That's good. That's healthier for our ozone layer, I believe. So, way to go. Way to help the environment. All right, there's our ornaments. I love them. They're so cute. Let's put our card together. So the first thing that we're going to do, according to her directions, is we're going to adhere this to the front of the pouch. This is becoming the pouch. So let's take our adhesive and add that right here in this space. All right, then we're going to staple the pouch on the left and right sides underneath the score line right here, so that they'll be hidden when this section is folded over. So we're going to grab our staple and we're going to put a hidden staple here. Oh, and look at that. Rachel has green staples. You know what? When I was a teacher, I bought a ton of staples in multiple colors to make it fun for the kids when they'd get their packets and stuff. And I forgot that I had them. I mean, I didn't forget that I had them, but I forgot that I had this staple filled with color still. I have another stapler, but that's my colored one. Okay, and that's going to fold over like that. Let's see if this packet fits. I might have stapled too close. Oh no, that works. That works. Okay, and now we're gonna see, let's see what it says here. Wrap the ribbon around the flap and tie the bow. So you don't actually have to adhere this down, but I think I'm gonna put a little adhesive under there just to kind of like maintain it. It might be easier to tie the bow if I have that stuck. And then let's take our ribbon. We're using the Real Red stitched ribbon. We're gonna go around the whole thing and we're gonna tie a bow. So I'm just kind of guessing here what we need. That looks about right. And that measures, just so you guys know, that we have 12, it's about 24 inches, okay? All right, we're gonna move this to the back of our card and cover up those staples. And then we can come to the front and give it a bow. Give it a bow. You don't have your stuffed Coco? That's okay. But here's the beauty of this, you guys. These are videos that stay on my channel. So if you are watching just like you normally do on my online paper crafting classes, and then you're like, okay, I want to make this, then you can choose to make it and get the supplies for whatever project you like. And Rachel's doing a really horrible job with tying this bow. There we go. Okay, there we go. There's that. And I kind of want it to angle down. And I'm going to bend it and I'm going to scoot it. That looks good. I think I'm going to scoot it more because we have a pretty big label here. That looks good. Okay, so I'm going to put a little glue dot under there. Let's take our glue dots, grab the take your pick tool, lift one up, and stick it right under here, like that. Then we'll put our cocoa packet in here. I'm going to flatten it out a bit. There's that. Oh, this is so cute, you guys. And then that's gonna go on top like that. And you could put it down low, you could put it, I like it up high. I like how she did this. I'm pretty much copying everything you did, Melissa. All right, and you put this on with dimensionals, I believe. Let me look at the rest of her directions. On the die cut white label, blah, blah, blah. Adhere to the pouch with dimensionals. On the scrap of basic white, we already did that. We're gonna adhere that. Okay, embellish with buttons, and then you add your cocoa packet. I think we are on the home stretch here. I'm gonna stick one here, and I'm gonna stick one here. I'm just gonna have a couple of them because I want my label here to stay pretty flat. And if I put one in the middle, it's going to give a little bit of a bend. Now, if you want that look, that's totally fine, but it already bends a little bit already. It's arched because of the packet that's in the pocket. The packet in the pocket. Look at your words when you're sticking this on so that they're parallel to the top and bottom horizontal lines of your card or your pouch. And then you can trim up your ribbon if you want to. I think I'll leave this one longer. Let's add some buttons and see how we have red and red. Those colors just pop on this. It's so fun. For the buttons, I'm gonna go with the white also. And I think what I'm gonna do is stick, I was considering sticking buttons down here, like 1, 2. Oh gosh, I'll just do what she did because it's so cute. I so wanna do something different, but I love where her mind went on all of this. I'm copying you completely. There it is. There it is. Let me pull in the other one. These are the two that we made today. Those were Melissa's projects on day 2 of our craft along. So fun. I do want to tell you that if you're interested in purchasing products, you can order through me if you don't have a demonstrator or you're not a demonstrator. Click on the links below. Actually, there's a link because there's no products listed below. Click on the link that takes you to my website. I'm going to bring you there right now. So if you click on that link, it's going to take you to stampyourartout.com. Let's go over to that website. And I'm going to go to here. Okay, stampyourartout.com is my website. When you're here, it's going to take you to this post, the one that says July 2026, Christmas and July craft along schedule. If you want to visit the other demonstrators' channels so that you can see their versions of what they're making with these projects, you can do that. Otherwise, I have links to all of my videos right in here. Here's the second one. This is what we're doing tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday's my day. And then we're going to move down here. This is a list of all the products that you would need in order to craft along with us. I'm going to scroll down even further because below my signature line, there is a visual list of products. So if you're interested in getting, say, the Nested Essential Dies or the Festive Cheer Bundle or whatever, when you click on that, it's going to bring you to the Stampin' Up! Store. And you're going to be shopping through me because it's my personal link. You can see a picture of me up in the corner here and you can purchase things and shop. Again, if you're a demonstrator or you have a demonstrator and you want to shop through them, that's totally fine too. But I just have that information there for you to look at. This is all the products that we're using besides things like adhesive. I didn't put adhesives or tools in there, some of the basic tools, but most of the stuff is in there. There's also a link to the calendar in my video description, and that's going to take you to this calendar here. We're in the month of July, and it's showing you yesterday we did a 4 p.m. live. Today is 4 p.m. Central Time live. Tomorrow is 2 p.m. Central Time live. Your calendar might look different when you click on it. It might acclimate to your time zone. I'm thinking it does. I don't know if I've ever asked anybody if it does that. You know what? Let me know if it does that. How does that sound? So go ahead and pencil those in on your calendar so that you can come and join us. If you are interested in purchasing products and you order through me, let's say you order some stuff and you order through me, a $50 order will earn you the All-Star Video Class Bundle for the month. Now, I'm mentioning that because at the bottom of every post is news, promotional news that Stampin' Up! Has going on, like the join offer, product of the month, which is going to shift and change here soon. Like tonight, I know what the August one is, so I'm going to change this information tonight. Online exclusives, new kits. Like there's always the promotional stuff down here. There's a lot going on. But I do want to point out that our All-Star Video Class bundle, we have I'm going to say click here, visit here for more information. We're going to go to that post because we have just a couple more days in the month of July, and we are having our subscription offer right now for the All-Star Video Class bundle. I'm sorry, I'm scrolling past all that good stuff of Paper Pumpkin, but here is that, okay? And down here is our subscription. You can save $15 if you subscribe by the end of the month. The subscription offer will end at the end of the month. Otherwise, it's $15 per tutorial each and every month. And again, you earn them for free with ordering, okay? Paper Pumpkin, maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow because there's some good stuff going on with Paper Pumpkin and my Paper Pumpkin Creatives team. And there's a great join offer, so I'll probably bring that up tomorrow. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I definitely have to tell you now. Thank you for thanking me, Debbie. You're sweet. Nancy Keebler, 2 cute projects. I like that both appear to be easy to make. Multiple cards. Yes, absolutely. I think so too. These are great duplicatable ones. Always a great thing at the holidays. Exactly. And then let's see here. The pouch is cute, says Coco. Driving back to Canada tomorrow. Okay, great. Have a safe trip. And I don't see any questions. I'm going to scroll really quick here. If you have questions, this is the time to ask because I don't have my moderator today. Thank you to Monica for the sweet comment. Look at that. I can pull up comments. I love this. Sometimes I accidentally click on one. Oh, finished yesterday's projects right before you started. I love that. Wow. Go getter. So fun. Still scrolling to see if I can find any questions. I'm not seeing any, so I'm going to keep going forward again. I'm glad you're having a great time. I'm going to let you guys all go. Trying to think if there's anything else I need to share. There's so much going on, you guys. Stampin' Up! Always has some things going on. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. I'm so glad that you came today. Chime in if you're watching the after live. Again, today, as the live is happening, it was 4 to 5 p.m. Central Time on Tuesday, July 28th. I think I forgot to say that at the beginning. That's it. All right. I don't see any questions rolling in, and usually there's like this 25-second delay or whatever, and I don't see any, so I'm going to let you go. You guys have a great week if I don't see you tomorrow. Otherwise, join me tomorrow. And now I'd like you all to go and stamp your art out. Bye-bye.